Yo, how's it going, guys? Holy Decay, how's it going? Wish. Short Kitten, dude. There's so many things, dude. I have to. There's always something. Everyone. Hey, Chrissy, how's it going? Hey, chilling on for a. How is it? Hey, Maria, how's it going? Where's Lily? Yo, Valley Girl, how's it going? Mom is at home, I believe. I was on a podcast today. Or yeah, I don't know. I was on a podcast today and I've been kind of making some stuff. Yo, how's it going? How's it going, Hans? How's it going, Star Trek? I made some stuff with a friend and then we just hung out a little bit ago in LA. And then I think she's like starting up her podcast again. I think she took some time off. So she's like kind of like getting back in. And so then I was a guest on a podcast. But also mom went to how did it go? It went well. Yeah, it went well. I feel like I don't know, it's weird. I have like yeah, thanks. I feel like I have like streamer brain now where I'm like I feel like and I really do think that this is kind of like, do you know about the Big Mark? Do you know? I mean, I just found this shirt like deep in my closet from a few years ago. I got it in Thailand. It's a Mark Ween shirt, but I don't think Big Marks are even out. But I saw it and I was laughing fucking so hard. And I think I love it, but it's just a weird shirt because I don't think it exists. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, wait, what kind of content do you guys consume? I mean, this is like, we're hanging out, and I mean, obviously I know what this is, even though I kind of don't. But what do you guys watch? What do you guys listen to? Or, well, yeah, what do you guys do? And where do you guys consume? Because, like a podcast, they're real for sure. But I think that like she had a podcast that was like a really great podcast. And I think she had two. And then she wrote a book. And then I think that now she's like pitching some stuff. And I feel like podcasts, I mean, she took some time off because she was like doing big shit, Not that I'm saying podcasts aren't big. I would probably personally rather work on a podcast that I give a shit about than almost anything. But I also feel like, it's so weird thinking about like post 2020 or like 2020 on like pandemic content. It's like some people didn't have another option of what to do. And I'm not saying her, but I'm just saying that like people were like, cool. Like bands that I knew had podcasts that were like, you don't want a podcast. This is like, you're not doing any of this. You're just doing this because you can't do this, something else. So therefore you're making this thing. And she got super successful, but I also feel like it was one of those like getting successful. And even by this point, it's just like, you're at the gym. That's awesome. Wait, this is the closest podcast I get. Valley Girl, what do you, that's rad. That's rad. Cause again, I think that, so then this thing is like, I want you to consume all the content that your heart desires. But yeah, it's like this isn't a podcast, I don't think. And it was like, it doesn't follow a format. And I think that that's kind of almost helpful in tomorrow's landscape, or today, at least to me. I am a long form content, but YouTube first and then clock app. I need video. So if the pod has a video, I'm in. If not, no. So yeah, so this doesn't have a pod. This isn't video. This isn't visual, or the one I just did. But again, what I'm saying is I feel like there's a lot of people at the time were like, they just needed something, or a label was just like, you need to put something out. And And there is still this like funny, like, I don't know, uh def need video for a pod. That's interesting too. I mean, it's, yeah. Are you guys like hanging out? Are you guys like watching this, or is it just like kind of like on in the background? Because it's funny. I think that like this kind of thing works so well because I think that we come from the same place. It's like or really like you guys are better than me in the fact that like there's a few podcasts I watch, or there's like YouTube videos that are kind of getting long for me. So they're not a podcast, or just they're YouTube videos. But like, do you just chime in every so often? It's like, am I just like on in the background, or is it mom and I on in the background, and then you guys are just like, is it like just there, or are you guys like hanging out like eating dinner, or like lunch? But the thing is, we were talking about this today, and I think that I just wholeheartedly think that this is more seems like this is like better, or this is like the way that I think the world is going compared to having like some like weekly podcast, unless that's really what you want to do. You know what? I think that that's kind of it. I feel like I just realized, wait, both like right now I'm doing my nails, go back and forth watching, listening, and depends what's going on. For example, right now I'm chatting, so it's on in the background, but if I wasn't doing something important like that, I would actively be watching. Interesting. I will sit, work out, cook, and watch. I watch the videos while not busy, still listening. It's both. I'm watching, but I'm in the. That's a trip. So yeah, I just feel like, and I feel good about the world. Yo, Big Cheese, how's it going? But I feel like I feel like there's so many avenues of like making things and like putting things out in the world, to the point where I think that like, when my homegirl made a podcast, it was like, that was like what to do. It was like, okay, it's going to be long form, like she lives in comedy. I'm going to talk to someone for an hour, and I'm going to show up once a week. But I also feel like YouTube or like Instagram was like, we all oh, Cardi, oh yeah, thanks, Hans. But yeah, like I feel like it was like, when Instagram came out, it was so, that's what it was, that we were on Instagram, and then TikTok, let's just say, or YouTube. But also YouTube has changed so crazy. Like, it's like by this point, even like YouTube pre the Vine people, and then YouTube post the pandemic, post like comedy people, it's just changed so crazy. But by this point, I think today, you could kind of do what suits you best, compared to like doing something that is just like we're like, I don't think that like live streaming has been, I think when live streaming became like live streaming, there were so many options that you didn't have to do it. So so people don't do it. But like, it was one of those, like, you have to pick a lane and you have to kind of like focus on the thing. And if you don't, you'll be left behind. And by this point, I'm like I saw someone who puts out content, and he puts out Instagram videos, like Instagram memes, and then Patreon. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's so wild. But like, I'm sure he like is slaying. And it's, but I also feel like it's like honest to him, It's like he's not like, oh, someone is like teaching this formula. Cause I also see it too regarding like, I think that like I made a mistake on getting my little guy that I stream with over here. I should get the bigger guy, and I should start DJing, because there's going to be too many dongles. for what I want to do. But I say that to say that like all these YouTube videos, like of like, this is the gear to get, or this is the road you should go down, or algorithms in 2025. And it's like, it's kind of all nonsense by this point, because literally I think that like if someone were to be genuine to themselves and be passionate about whatever the fuck it is that they do, or that like gets them up in the morning, and they show up and they do the work. And again, it doesn't even need to be good necessarily in the beginning, but if they keep on doing the work, they're just going to get better at it. That's the answer. And it's funny because it's just like, once you have the answer for yourself, you feel like you could like teach it to someone. And it's just like, it's not like a thing. Like I remember I was saying it to my friend who just moved out of America. They were asking some question, and it was like some like art question, and it wasn't, they weren't asking me, we were having a conversation, but they brought it up. It was kind of this rhetorical question. And I was just like, this isn't a question that has an answer. It's a lesson you learn. You know what I mean? It's like, this isn't like, it's like if to get an audience, if that's like the goal, you can't be like, to gain an audience, you know, gaming the system in 2025, the algorithm suggests whatever. It's just like, you're full of it, dude. You're lying. But it's like anyone, it's like, I love these like videos of like, have you guys like that? There's that crew, Colin and Samir. I like them because it's like, I like hearing people's stories of like kind of figuring it out or whatever it is. But it's cool because it's like, it's not even that it's not boring at all. I mean, I think it's amazing. I love it. But it's like everyone has the same, like everyone ends the same way because they're all successful on YouTube. So it's just like, you know that the answer, or you know the end of the story is going to be like, they figured something out. But how they get there, every single one is like as unique as any person, you know? It's just like, it's all such a singular path that it's like, you know, someone's full of shit when they're like, oh, I could tell you how to do it, you know? And sure, there are like, I'm sure like Mr. Beast could like tell you how to do it in terms of like thumbnail and fucking whatever, or like, but realistically, then it's like you're playing the game as opposed to like being yourself. And you're having, you know, then you get in trouble. Not in trouble, but like you shoot yourself in the foot. For yourself, I really like to pay attention because it feels like I'm watching a friend hang out. That's awesome. I'll stop to drop shit in the chat looking sick. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Also, Mackenzie, I think I got a slight tattoo appointment. I ran into a friend the other day. And I was just like, yo, when he moved studios, and I was like, when's your studio going to be up and running? And he was just like, I think next week. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll come over. So expect something. I don't even know what it's going to be. I could be in bed cooking, doing stuff with the kids. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm so glad, Chris. I mean, for real though, everyone and their, yeah, totally. I also feel like that too. It's like, like even, but also my, I was on a podcast today. That's why I'm at my place right now. And I was talking to a friend about having a podcast, or she stopped the podcast, or the podcast is on hiatus. And then now I'm just like thinking about like what podcasts are these days. Cause I also feel like the podcast bubble really bursted. But also it's like, I really just want to make YouTube videos, and I don't take streaming as a podcast. I just want to hang out, you know? And it's like, I think that this kind of like helps that. But also, like I was kind of saying, I went to like a lecture, and I feel like I have, it's like, I don't feel like I'm like, I need to like entertain or something. I just feel like I'm really hanging out, but I also feel like I could kind of like fluidly hang out, and maybe people are good at that, but maybe it's also just like fully not for everyone. But there were like these like downtimes on like any podcast I've done that feels like, again, it feels like this is a job you're doing. Where like right now, I don't feel like I'm doing a job. Making a YouTube video will probably feel more like a job, even though I would want to do that anyhow, but this doesn't. And I feel like that's like it's a thing that will probably help me in the long run of like my streaming journey. It's been a crazy day. My upstairs neighbors, he has schizophrenia and has been having an episode threatening people around the apartment. He's getting evicted and oh man, that's a bummer. I mean, do you feel safe? You okay? I love watching you guys. It's always a fun and different topics, music. That's awesome. I mean, yeah. I'm so glad you feel that way. But knowing I can watch y'all is so dope. My kids and friends like to watch you and mom, have become a part of the family. That's awesome. And I think that, how's it going, Mama Bear? Like, I think that that's kind of like, that's the wave. You know what I mean? It's like you can't fuck. That's what I'm saying. You can't like make a YouTube video to game the algorithm to feel that way. You know what I mean? You can't be like, oh yeah, well, if you put in 5 hours a week, you could feel like part of the family. It's like, it's so funny because it's like, but like I'm saying about the gear, it's like people need to make these videos because they don't know what they're going to say next. And granted, I don't either, but I feel comfortable in that. And I also am like, it's just like, I'll figure something out as opposed to creating a schedule and being like, okay, this is my job and therefore I need to make something. And then if you need to make something, like I was telling Kilby, we were talking about art school and stuff. And I'm like, some of these professors, of course, I mean, they have to come up with, they have to make up terms in order to teach them. Like you have to come up with something in order to teach the class something, So it's like, I mean, it's funny. I don't know where it went down, but I'm like, when I was growing up, obviously there is such thing as the imposter syndrome. And I just bring it up because I feel like we're all aware of it. But it's just like when I was growing up, that didn't exist. You know what I mean? And I remember too, like when I first read it, I was like, oh my God, no, this is dangerous to teach because it's not even you're teaching it, but like once you bring it up, then now I could like place like my feelings towards this term and therefore like it's alive and well. It lives. And granted, it is alive and well when it's like ambiguous and it's just this looming, I feel less than or whatever. But it's like the second you could be like, oh yeah, that thing, me, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble. Or at least you're gonna run a lot slower than anyone who's just like, oh, that thing, not me. Or just like, oh, whatever. But again, I'm like, there's someone came up with that term in the 90s. The imposter syndrome didn't exist in the 90s. I mean, that's not true, but you know what I mean, Yeah, unpopular opinion. If you have no platform and you start a podcast, I judge it. Everyone nowadays thinks their thoughts are gold. Yeah, I mean, I feel that. Hope everything is okay. I'm good, Mama Bear. I was just on a podcast, so that's why all this stuff is kind of like I did eat. Thank you very much. I was about to eat. How's it going, Cello? I was gonna eat after I streamed, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stream beforehand, so I just feel more up. But yeah, I feel like that too. It's also funny because and you know what? Maybe this is like, it's so funny. I feel like it's like such a strong case for streaming, at least to me. Like I've like so solidified the fact that I love it. Where like I do think I have a strong opinion, even though I'm not over here really trying to preach it. I mean, I probably always fall into it, but I'm like, I just want to hang out. But this is what's on my mind, compared to, yeah, like someone watching like an influencer or even that, like I love, to be honest, Hans, I don't think that she's doing well, but I haven't heard. Mom doesn't do well around people who aren't doing well. So she doesn't like kind of hang around. I mean, she checks in all the time. She talks all the time, but I think she gets so overwhelmed by those things that she kind of like checks in but keeps distance. So I don't really know. But I don't think well, to be honest, which is sad. But yeah, but I think that when, but that's it. I feel like when, you know, or like I was saying, like I think, you know, when I first started, when I first started an Instagram account with mom, there was a friend who was kind of like showing me the ropes. How's it going, Sarah? Nice to see you. I had a friend, and even that made me feel a bit uncomfortable. And it wasn't that I was uncomfortable, but like they got a following, and because they got a following, they immediately like kind of like spoke with authority. And it was weird because it's like I love anyone who's gotten anywhere, and I love asking them questions. I like to learn. I really like to learn genuinely. Um and but it's like when someone when someone talks like they know what's up, and you could tell in some regards it's like going viral 10 years ago really is a weird thing. It's like I don't even know what that means anymore. I don't, like I said before. I do think one of the criteria is wherever you post anything, if it transcends that app and it goes somewhere else without your doing, is viral to some extent. Um I don't know what viral is. A million. I mean, it's like, so there's people, you know, 500,000 views, 100,000 views, 10 million views, 20 million. I don't know. I don't know. And I do think it does have to do with some relativity. But also, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I feel like all these words are being redefined kind of constantly. And because it's moving so fast, to anyone who's saying that they know what they're talking about, they're grifters. So it was funny because my friend was like, "Oh, you should do this and you should do that." But then I was like, early, I was like, that wouldn't be me. I'd paint myself in a corner and I'd be full of fucking shit. How was that going to be good for anyone? You know what I mean? It's just like, because also, what am I doing this for? To like try to like gain a bigger number compared to like feel like I'm fucking family with someone in the chat? Do you know what I mean? It's like, like, again, it's weird where it's just like, consider what you want more than like getting or following someone who you think is more successful than you. Yo, David Chon, how's it going? Wait, I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll come back. See ya. See ya, Maria. But Kev, you have a platform. You guys have like, that. Yeah, Hans. My lights just turned on. Yeah, but also I don't know. I also do think. Wait, I'm the same. I check out when I watch the pain. Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, I really get it. I mean, my mom's never been to a funeral in her life. She's never, um, she's never been around that kind of stuff. Even when my father passed away, like it was a lot of like me, or I was like, it was just a lot of like I'm kind of figuring some of the bigger stuff out, you know, or even just like with like stuff, you know, just like getting it and like going to his apartment. She didn't feel too well, and I was like, stay home. I was like, I'll do it myself. Even though she came, but she just doesn't. It's like she really doesn't like that stuff. Um, you got your priorities straight, Kev. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I think so too, but it's also funny too because it's like this isn't. It's not something I've like accumulated over my time doing these things. I'm like, no, this is always obvious. You know, this is so, you know, and I'm not saying, oh my God, look at me. I get it. But I'm like, it is a trip because it's like, you know, it's like, sure, maybe mom cusses now more than she did. Let's just say that. But also it's like, even if she didn't cuss, yo, Kenny, how's it going? Even when she didn't cuss, it wasn't like she didn't mean fuck. You know what I mean? The way she was saying it was just like, it was like it. But the more she just kind of bullshitted, it came out the way like I talk or so. And I remember, yeah, like a few friends were like, oh, well, you know, your mom, like it'd be better if like your mom had like a squeaky clean presence online. And I'm like, have you met us? Like, you know, like, and it's not like, I don't think that they were like suggesting lying, but I feel like genuinely they were suggesting they were suggesting what could potentially like bring in the most viewers at the time on that app. And it's like, what? I mean, like, I'm not saying no to that. I mean, like, obviously, like, strike while the iron's hot or whatever the fuck. But it's like, being yourself will always be the answer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not over here like, I don't know, like I'm just bullshitting right now. I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm not like begging for you to hear what I'm saying. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, how's it going? You know, like this is how I am. And it was like I couldn't imagine a world where I'm like over here trying to tell mom, hey man, don't be so aggressive. Could you imagine if I was just like, yo, tone it down a bit. The kids are scared, you know? I'd rather just have a disclaimer button whenever she opens her mouth, but also her being her. And I also feel like, you know, it's like I have like I feel like I really do have a perspective, and I feel like mom does too, but I also feel like it's really important for mom to explain hers her way. Like I think the way she says some things is like really important, because I think people have those people in their lives. And I think that, like, I mentioned it today on the podcast a bit, where I think that it's just like you get to a certain age and like you're considering like the vibe of a room, kind of like always, you know, just like, or like how you're being perceived, or how, you know, you're projecting your opinions out in the world, and what cool is and whatnot. And then then you find someone who you could be yourself in front of, and then you become friends with them. And because you're like, oh my God, me and you, we both are like this. Then there's someone like mom who's like, she's older to the point where she's just like, I just don't give a fuck. How about that one? Like, I'll just tell you how I feel because I don't care. And like that offers friendship immediately. Or it's like, oh my God, that's awesome because I feel like you feel, but I can't say that because I'm nervous about, and maybe they don't even put it in those words, but they are also somewhat like trapped in social fucking norms or whatnot. And not, of course, not like you're being a fucking weirdo asshole. I'm just saying that like just feeling like you're trying to fit in a room that's cooler than maybe you are, or something, or smarter than you are in some way. And then just being like, you know, like if mom, it's like, and again, she's also delusional. She's nuts, which also fucking helps. It's really, really important. Where it's like, I could guarantee if she was, we all know, I'm preaching to the choir here, but if she went to fucking Harvard and there was a bunch of professors, she was like, I have someone to teach you too, straight up. And also anyone who's smart would also be like, yes, because obviously she's just going to be like talking about her experience on Earth. So therefore it's obviously valid and it deserves respect in some way. But she's over here being like, oh, cool. So you just, you know, it's like, oh, you just spent your life reading books? I could write a book, you know? And it's just like, that's your nuts, but also that's hilarious. And I'm sure is also like disarming in a way that's like really cute. Wait, I'm sorry, 1 second. I can see that she's, you value connection over anything. Yeah. I mean, cause I also feel like, again, it's just like, if not that, then what? And I mean, granted, like it's like, I again, like I was saying the other day when Cheese was putting, I was just like, it's so weird that I feel like, I don't feel like I live in a world of funny. Even though, yeah, if like, this is like entertaining, I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome because I love that. But yeah, if not that, then what? You know, it's just like, what am I? You know, it's just like, I mean, it's like I feel like you guys could. It's like I'm not after your money. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm not over here being like, oh my God, I'm gonna milk you, motherfucker. You know, it's just, you know, it's like I was saying it a while ago, but I do think this is a digital third place. You know, it's like it's cool and refreshing, and it's. I mean, I'm fortunate to have a third place, or third places, or people that value a third place. But I'm also like, this is another one I really love. And again, I feel like honesty comes off honestly. It's just like, I don't think that you guys don't think I want to be here. You know what I mean? Um wait wait, who are these people? Obviously what you're doing. Cheese, who are what people? The podcast I was on? Did you watch Power Hour? Is pure gold. Time. No, I still haven't watched Power Hour. I'm a fucking idiot. I still haven't. I got to though. Strike while the iron's hot or whatever the fuck. Agree, not the vibe. I know. I mean, I guess it could be to some extent if some people don't have a certain something. But again, I also do think that like we're like personable. So maybe that's something that like if someone doesn't have this kind of thing, then they're like, oh my God, if I go viral, I need to make money or whatever. I mean, I remember, oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I also should, I mean, I feel like striking while the iron's hot is so not necessarily me that I'm like actually bad at it. Oh, that's so cute. She respects your swag and in a kind of way. Yeah, I agree. Um, but I remember, how's it going, Evan? Um, but I love that, dude. Heaven talked about hitting the hay. Hitting the hay. I don't know. I feel like that's like an old folks something. I forgot what the podcast is called. I think it's called Harry Butthole. I'll let you know when it's out. Um, but but the wait up. Striking while the iron's hot. Okay, so I remember when mom. Okay, so going viral. Mom went viral a few times, but going viral when mom was on the news, wearing her hat and her coat and the mask. How's it going, Em? She went viral, and I mean like, I feel like I don't even know. I mean, for all I know, there are people who like know that image and don't know anything else about her, which is like I'm positive that's the case. I'm positive that's the case in some ways, but yeah, there were people who were like, I mean, the world shut down, so they couldn't, people couldn't make things, but the amount of people who are trying to make bootleg shirts of that, and then also some friends being like, you got to do this now, and I'm like, but it's also weird because like at the time it was like the first 2 weeks of fucking lockdown. I was like not thinking about merch. I was just like, my mom is older, the world is shutting down, this feels a little funny. Like I kind of get why this went hard, but also I'm like not trying to think of like t-shirts right now. Granted, I was thinking about making silly videos for TikTok, and I meant that seriously, but that was also like, oh cool, everything is so heavy right now and like everything feels like a bummer, where like, oh my God, if there's a way that I could even make someone feel lighthearted for a minute, compared to like, cool, let's fucking capitalize on some shirts. Even though I was thinking like, she's wearing Supreme hats, like they'd be fucking like, I would be getting like in trouble, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was weird because again, it was like my priorities were different. Well, Kev, this is why I'm struggling a bit on TikTok. I feel a lack of connection. I don't feel what I do with my YouTube family. I don't know if that's just because it's new or short form. I don't know. Oh my God, that's awesome. That Mama Bear. I feel like, I mean, it could be short form, but I also feel like the short form, like the content itself, I feel like people if people who make vlogs and then people who watch their vlogs throughout the day or their week, and it becomes like kind of ritual. Like there's a routine between us, even though it's not like scheduled, but there's a certain like, oh yeah, like there's a certain, this feels more connected than if it is just like the YouTube videos I want to make. I mean, well, this is again my plan is YouTube videos of an idea and then hanging out. So I feel like it's like building deep roots. Compared to, yeah, some people are just like, oh, I like here's this funny insight, and then I'm just trying to get this video to go hard. Because also it's like with YouTube, did you monetize your TikTok channel? Because that is also another thing. And again, I'm sure, like, I'm not saying you're like looking for that. I'm also saying get the bag however you can. But yeah, again, it's just when anyone is like optimizing, doing whatever to get the views or to get the dollars, you're probably leaving connection on the table. And I'm not saying you're doing that, but I also feel like, yeah, you're very new to TikTok. And like, also I think with TikTok, it's like, you need to really build a certain something where people come kind of like really come back a lot. I feel like I have that. Well, we have that, but we don't, it's not really that, you know, we've more so had random videos that went bonkers. Like Pancake Pie went nuts, or like the like sitting like the when mom gets defeated by the fucking the bottle opener, or I mean, there's a few videos that just went completely nuts. And then it just turned into like, oh, that's the older lady. You know, also it's funny because it's like the stuff that mom might have thought that would work against her in terms of, I don't know, being cool or something. Oh my God, Hans, this is so good. Oh my God, that's so good, dude. I love this, Hans. Totally worked for her benefit, obviously. Like, oh yeah, you mean like the older lady who's always mad at her kid? Easy. Kev, I was talking about the friends who talk about Lily not having. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, super sweet, still friends, dear friends, but also, like they built a home on Instagram, and they were squeaky clean. So the thing is, they were just suggesting what worked for them. Because again, that's the problem. Like that's just the problem in life, I think, or with people who are successful in some regard. They think that however the fuck they did it is how it should be done. And realistically, it's just like, no, the way you do it is the way it can be done, or something, or it's like, it is about the journey, and it is about the like you figuring it out, and it is about, making friends along the way and all this. But it's like, yeah, this to anyone. I mean, this is why, again, I stopped working with some of like the music friends, because again, it was like these labels were just saying that this is how it's done. And I'm like, I'm not saying that my way is right, but I'm also like, well, if my way works, why the fuck can't this not be another avenue, And so I was like, yeah, like that worked for you for sure. That's awesome. Why would we not be ourselves, thinking that whatever you have done that is working is going to be the ticket for us? Watch that be like, if like in an alternate universe, I'm like sitting on like a fucking diamond throne, because that would have been the actual way. I'm over here being like, you guys want to look at my record collection, when I could be like Bezos if I just listened to her. But like, no, it's like, dude, it's like, that's not us, man. I mean, it's like, could you imagine if you're just like acting and playing a part? But we're also just not those people. Kev, we love the jewels you and your mom drop, but the bond is so transparent and such a dope thing to witness. You and mom and Sophia. Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, another big thing about mom and this, which is also a bit of a trip. It's like I think most of our audience are women, and I'm like, yeah, I think mom is important, to be saying this shit, you know what I mean? And just like how she says some things is just also important, where I'm like, it's like, she's saying some things even to me, and I'm over here being like, oh my God, you're my mom, and I'm not listening to any of this stuff. But it's also like, there are some people who are like, they fucking need this. They really need it. And immediately, I mean, since forever, I know the importance of it. And again, it's also like me in my relationship to my parents. I mean, both my parents are my heroes, And so it's like, I also, I took in, my father every time a friend came over and needed, just just some ears. They didn't want advice. They're fucking kids. They don't want a parent saying you should do this and you shouldn't do that. They wanted like an older fatherly figure to be like, "Hey man, like why are you down?" And then just like having ears to talk about. And it's like, again, no, it's like no one was doing anything bad, but it's just like they also knew that like he wasn't going to snitch. They were not doing anything. It's just like, oh yeah, I smoked some weed or something, or like, oh my God, my girlfriend is annoying me, And it's like, that I learned the importance of like listening. And then again, I learned, through mom, even if it's like, I feel like even if it's like, wait, no, not yet, only monetized on YouTube. Wait, Mackenzie, what's your YouTube channel? I'll subscribe right now too. I make things, and then when I make other things, I just forget to consume. I also do think good creators are good consumers. I'm sorry. My boyfriend started his medical school. Sick. Wait, I've been thinking lately that I should do Insta videos for cooking. Yeah, totally. I mean, dude, I just think that like, again, I think that some people are so concerned with like, I just think that people want to hang, and they want to hang with people they like hanging with. Because I feel like some people are so like, oh my God, that my gear isn't good, or this isn't, or I'm not good at this yet. It's like no one started out doing. I mean, like some people are gifted, but it's like, dude, just don't even. Yeah, you should do it. Also, just as like a record, I like that, or I've always liked it. That slap one was good. Oh yeah, the baby hands went viral for sure. That was a weird one. None of it is easy to navigate for real. And I also feel like it's like but even when I was talking to my squeaky clean friend, it was like, by this point, this is the third house. No, this is a fourth house for real, that I was like, oh, cool. Like I'm trying to navigate. Because I'm also like, do I think, I mean, I don't think YouTube is going anywhere or anything. I don't think that, I don't think, I mean, I think that, I mean, I think that like, I do believe that you could learn lessons in any one app and apply them elsewhere, as opposed to the details of the app or some whatever algorithm you want to call it, because I also feel like that's another bullshit word that people use to suggest that they're being suppressed in some way. And sometimes it's totally true. Other times it's just like shadow ban, whatever. It's some of that stuff to me is just nonsense. Again, it could be totally true at a time or whatever, but I feel like by this point, even like, it was funny. Like I was at the end of this podcast I was on, they were like, oh, where could people find me? And I'm like, where can people find you? And I'm like, people still say that, like, it's like, my name, it's like, if you wanted to find me, it's like this, it's like, no one is listening to the end of a podcast and hearing a handle and being like, I'm going to go look this up right now. It was true at a time, but I'm like, yeah, cool. If you find someone who you really like, and you want to hang out with them and you want to see their videos, you'll find it. Like, you're not going to be like praying for the algorithm to fucking bring them back to you or something. I don't think anymore, it could have been at a time, but yeah, I mean, again, but it's also funny because, again, like I'm saying, it's like, I think the times are changing. And so, or I think the times are changing, and they're always changing. And I feel like, me trying to like the lessons that you could learn from one that you could apply to another is all going to be like, be yourself, give a fuck, be personable in any regard. Not even actually, you don't even actually need to do that. You could be yourself, and you could be fucking weird and awkward And that's cool too. That's what I'm also, it's like, there is no way. There are fucking ways, man. And but yeah, but I do think that like ultimately that the way you could apply any one thing to another is always going to be like, be cool. And when I say cool, it's not fucking, yeah, it's not like, you know, leather jackets and fucking, it's fucking just like, it's give a fuck. It's like talk about, you know, it's like show up and like, and like do what you love, you know, and like, and yeah, you could learn to be just more comfortable in a setting like this, because it's like, I had a few friends come over recently. I've been cleaning my place, and oddly enough, people have been hanging out right around me. So I'm like, yeah, come over. Like, you know, let's have a beer before we go out and whatever. And then I have my little setup here, and it's like really techie, and I'm obviously not that good at tech. And they're always just like, it's kind of aggressive. And I'm like, oh, I get it. And I know how like it might make you feel uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, but like there's so many things going on. And I'm like, again, this wasn't in the cards. I wasn't trying to fucking learn to do this stuff. But if I also want to do this and I like this is easy. You know, it's like, it's not work. You just fucking figure it out. But yeah, it's also like, yeah, like if you look at this shit and it's too much for you, then you don't want this either. Or you could fucking really just hire someone to do it, you know? Like you have to figure out some way. But yeah, so the thing, like I was saying, is just, I feel like I navigated more than I just kind of like, I was like bummed about attention moving from one platform to another. Granted, I also, I was saying it a little earlier, because my friend and I, we talk about this a lot, because early on in the pandemic, I was like, yo, hop on to TikTok. And she did. And then she crushed. And then she got a book deal. And I told a few people. I mean, like, there's the first video that I posted on TikTok, the what the hell's going on here eggs video, went hard. Like it was like in an hour it got like 1 million views, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I hit up a few friends and I was just like, yo, right now, just go there. And again, this is like early 2020. And then I made a few more and I was just like, oh my God, this is real. And I was so like, oh my God, people are sharing this. And every time it got shared, I was like, that's 2 people, you know? And again, it was like, whatever. But I was just saying that, like, if I was like, oh, I'm not trying to, because I also thought it was funny, and I really, 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 I mean, one reason I love TikTok, I mean, I mentioned a few times, but like to ante up, to just show up, you have to be a shitty filmmaker. That's awesome to me. Like, you have to shoot something, you have to edit, you could use video, I mean, you could use music, there's a library, you could use filters, you have to, it's that, I loved that, you know? And I loved, oh my God, I remember I was talking to someone, I actually just ran into them over the weekend, but they were sound people, you know, they're really good with sound. And they were so deeply upset. And again, I get it, but it's like, how do we not have a sense of humor about this and just adapt? It's like, whatever you've learned in your field, does it not apply tomorrow? But he was so pissed because it's like, because, you know, he spent so much of his time and his efforts with like lav mics and like creative ways in order to not to hide the microphone. And then, you know, these like TikTokers were like going like this, you know, and being like, hey guys, how's it going? You know, and it's like these like big, I mean, they're small, good mics, but they're bulky, and they're like clipping it on their hat, and they're like, oh my God, I hate that. And it's just like, do you really hate it? Or do you're just bummed that the times changed? But then again, I'm also like, again, thinking about these things applying from one medium to another. It's like, bitch, what the fuck is important? The way the fucking audio sounds or like what someone is saying? On that same breath, would you rather have them say and it sound good or say and it sounds bad? Obviously, this is an easy way to fucking solve a problem where you have good audio and you're talking shit. And it's like human beings are always going to take the easy way out. It's so obvious. It's so right there. But to me, again, I mean, I get it. It's like, but I don't know. I mean, like, dude, I was making a bunch of videos and then it was easier to make videos and people were making videos on their phone and they stopped calling up all the people to make videos and I'm streaming, it's like, all right, well, what are you going to do? You got to fucking move, you got to fucking stay on your toes or like if you find the thing that you really love and it's like it's like, oh my God, like if I gamed and I found out about Twitch, I would have probably just set up shop and just said fuck everything else, But like unless you have that, you have to be like nimble. You have to know that the world is fucking it's not waiting, it's not. It's funny because there is no like guides anymore, there's no like the second anyone is like certain, it's fucking suspect. The second someone just like, oh yeah. And again, unless you're literally someone like Mr. Beast, where if he does something different, there's just enough people that they're just going to follow it. They're just going to be people who are like, they don't want to make content. They just want to fucking get a bag. So they just copy whatever he does. And then he is going to get, that's just different. That's just a different thing, And like, unless you're there, it's like, oh my God, it's like, it's so funny. You got to figure it out. And it is, I don't know. I live, just out here. Yeah. Yeah. I went through the same decision about horizontal and vertical video. They hated vertical video. I'm like, bro, TikTok 9. Yeah, I mean, it's it's so funny. I mean, where was I? Recently though, someone made a video and they shot it horizontally. And I was like, what the fuck, Or it's like, it's like, have you seen that old TikTok trend of like talking to kids? It's so weird to me though. It really is just so strange to me. But like these people were talking to kids being like, oh, how do you pick up the phone? And these kids were like, and they're like, oh my God, they pick up the phone. Like there's a smartphone in their hand. It's just like, some of these kids are like, how do you pick up a phone, dummy? And they're just like this. And it's like, this person's 10. Their whole entire lives, there's been a smartphone. It's like as soon as they were adult enough to understand that they wanted a phone for their birthday more than anything else, it was the first like adult decision they could possibly make. Why in the world would someone pick up a phone like this if they're 10? They don't know what a landline is. They've never seen a telephone cord. This is not rocket science. But it's also like, it's like we're having this conversation about like how old we are, and that's boring as fuck. It's just like, that's like we could exist today. Or again, like you could impart wisdom in some way, but it's also like how are you thinking that it's like, I don't know, like you're acting like a kid knows what a fucking Bowflex is because of like infomercials or like what, it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, like I saw someone take a photo like this just horizontally and I was just like, that's so like, wow, it's really I was like, we're trying to make a film. It's like, are you trying to make some fucking, like 5x7s, 4x6s and like print them out for a photo album? No. And granted, it's like, I didn't care, but I was just like, I saw it. I was like, oh, this is so funny. And then a friend wanted to post it and they were like, oh, this is weird. This is like a weird crop. And I'm like, Yeah, it's a crazy thing, you know. I mean, granted, it's not. I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I saw I guess Ryan Trahan is doing that like 50 states in 50 days or whatever, and he's shooting everything on his iPhone. That is it. I haven't watched any of them, but I listened to an interview he did, and I'm like, yeah, yes. One thing I love about that dude, again, I haven't seen any videos, but I love him. I know he's great. But it's like he's showing you that you could do that too. You know, it's like every single, and I'm watching, I'm wearing a Mark Wiens shirt. It's like his first video was fucking, you know, again, it's amazing because one is greater than zero. It's amazing because it exists. But like he's the first to be like, this shit sucked. You know, he ate ice cream or whatever the fuck. And then fast forward to now, he's traveling the world just to eat, and he's probably a zillionaire by this point. But he started, you know? And so it's like someone like Trahan being on the like in like the 1% of YouTube. I mean, I think that he just got to like raising $4 million for St. Jude Hospital. And he's shooting everything on an iPhone. And it's just like just showing people like, oh my God, you're getting caught up in gear. You're getting caught up in gear. Like, yo, come back down. yo. Let's I remember one of the first times I went and I worked with a band called Middle Brother, and it was like my first, like I went to Nashville for it, and one of the dudes was asking my friend Griff, who's a really amazing drummer, and he was a kid at the time, but now, and he was so good then, but now he's just world class. But this dude was just like, yo, man, can you show me like the craziest drum fill, you know, you could teach me? And he was just like, he's like, all right, you know, he just like, and it was funny because the dude is a kid at the time. He really was a kid. He was like, oh yeah, let me see you on the drums. And he was like playing, and like the dude could like barely play. And he was just like, if anything, he's just like, I think you should work on your pocket. And it's just like, there's a kid dropping fucking wisdom. He's just like, listen, man, don't learn some fucking flashy fucking drum fill. Learn how to play the drums. You know, it's like, yo, start at fucking A. Don't hit a fucking Z real quick. It's like, yo, and that's it. Like, I feel like Trahan is like, yeah, it's just, you know, people like him. And also I do think too, when I was listening to this interview, they were talking about, he was talking about this like kind of routine viewing experience that was kind of like water cooler content again, compared to when something comes out and it's being streamed. I mean, granted, like American Idol and TV stuff could still be that, or is still that, but like, unless someone's like really up on whatever the new thing is, they watch it then. But realistically, we watch anything whenever, you know, at our leisure. We're like, yeah, like if there are kids or adults for that matter, I mean like anyone, but like if they're watching on a daily basis, they have something to talk about on a daily basis. And like, that's like it, dude. And not that I'm saying it's it, but it's like they're hanging out. They're just hanging out. I don't think that they're like looking for like the most like mind-bending content. They're like looking to they're looking, they like it. You know, they like it. They like it, man. Oh wait, I don't know how I feel about Mr. Beast. My kids adore him. My kids are not getting a freaking phone until he's 13. I mean, look, I get it. I mean, the phone is everything. Also, Mr. Beast, I also do. I genuinely think that Mr. Beast is not trying to be a content creator. I think that he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and he's really good. He's really good at it. He's the best at it. It's really good. He's changing. I mean, like when I was in the last meeting I was in, I was trying to say like a post Mr. Beast world, and everyone kind of nodded their head, being like, "Oh yeah, I know who Mr. Beast is, and he gets 1 billion views a video, whatever the fuck." And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like I grew up in a world of like, yo, tummy pats. How's it going, Aaliyah? Back pats. Wait, have you ever thought about how millennials are the last generation to live without? Yeah. Oh my God, all the time. I mean, it's like I don't really, but my day-to-day conversations with a lot of my friends revolve around that. Even if it's not directly that, it is revolving around that. Because again, like I was saying about, I mean, like the other day, some friends came over and I was watching the Criterion collection of Beastie Boy music videos, and then we watched other like director series DVDs. It was like Michel Gondry, and we did a Spike Jonze one, and there was a few things. And I always thought in my life, I thought Mr. Beast is a corporation. Yeah, but I think it's bigger than that in a weird way, because I think that like when Mr. Beast is like curing blindness or whatever, giving people cataract surgery, I think that there are going to be people in third world countries that don't look at him like Nike. They look at him like, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. I mean, like if you're going and giving like water to people and then also like planting trees and also like giving people money, it's like when money isn't the option, that's where it's the craziest. Because I feel like it's like, if he's making X amount, he's giving away a whole lot in a way where people are going to look at him a little differently than I think, Nike or Gatorade or something, which is just fucking bananas. But a lot of photographers had it best into their heads. Square crop are bad, and Instagram became the #1 app. Yeah, totally. Yeah, but that's it. It's like, but it's like whenever I think of anything, I forgot when I think it was with the music industry in particular, but I'm like, when you start thinking about how long people had to run for, like how long an industry had to run for, and it's like, it's like photography, you're talking like, 100 years, 80 years, 70 years. It had a run, dude. That's a fucking run, dude. It's things change. It's just things change. It's also funny. I remember really talking about it regarding music, and I was thinking Bob Dylan, and Bob Dylan is Bob Dylan, but I was talking and just, my silly Kevin metaphor is being like I put Bob Dylan's poster on my wall. You know what I mean? And I was talking to a friend essentially that had to do that basically was having a conversation with me about where the millennials are the last to live without social media. And they were talking about it, but they were also like kind of like really upset about it. And again, I understand that. I'm not saying that their anger isn't a gift, if you will, but I was also like, why'd you put this poster up on your wall? It's just like when Bob Dylan's talking about things like times are changing, you think that he was like excluding 2025? You think that like, it's like we're having this conversation being like, can gather on people wherever you want, wherever you roam, admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone because the times are changing. It's just like, you think that that's like, that's, it's you called him timeless for a reason, and now you're mad because you think that time is running too fast for you, and it's not. It really isn't. But it is harder to keep up. But how is that not going to be the case forever? It's just like, wow, you had it good because you didn't have to really work hard to understand where the ball was going, and now they change sports, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? This sucks. It's just like, bro. And, it's like, being bummed about it isn't going to help you. My kids legit got shocked on what we used. Oh, yeah. Well, that's hilarious, though. That's hilarious. Even the homework. Yeah, totally. I loved it when on TikTok when the kids had that joke being like, when the kids were like, wait, weren't you born in the 1900s? Oh my God, dude. A kid saying, dude, weren't you born in 1900s, Unc? Like, fucking, yo. And again, it's just like, yo, millennial, again, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And it's like, dude, it's like, I'm not, dude, I'm lifting kettlebells every day right now. I'm drinking chia seed smoothies for cholesterol. This isn't cool. I don't want this. But I'm also like, what am I supposed to do? Like, not do it? You know what I mean? You know, it's like I cut dairy out of my diet. This sucks. He does good things like, wait, that's so. I mean, yeah, totally. No. But what I'm saying, Mama Bear, is I think that he's also kind of doing that kind of stuff. Kind of. I don't know. I mean, I do think that it is maybe out of the kindness, but I'm also like, he knows what views are. That's a weird thing, you know? Or I mean, even like, I wonder if there was a few people on TikTok that were trying to recreate old Mr. Beast videos. He used to do some funny videos. I mean, I didn't really watch them growing up at all, but like he cut through a plastic table with a plastic knife, or he watched paint dry, or he counted to 100,000. Great videos for free, you know? I mean, just being a nut, which is pretty amazing. Are most of us millennials think there's Gen Z here? It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do when money isn't an object. So that almost. Wait, I'm sure just as much of it more is getting. Yeah, I do agree. I'm 24, Kevin. We need to discuss my birthday plans. When's your birthday? Wait, my kids told me that, Kev. They said I was born in 1900. That's but that's a wild ass. I mean, when I heard that, I also in real time, I have to respect a good diss. I can't not. It's that I heard that I lost it. That's the funniest thing. September 22nd. So what are we doing? I mean, we laugh now, but when I'm 80 and I really have to sit with, I was born in fucking 2000. Oh yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. That's mom now. You know what I mean? That's like a, you know, I mean, yeah, yeah, but that's it too. It's a part of the game, man. That's a part of the game. It's a part of it. You know, it's like that is. At some point, maybe there will be a generation that doesn't hate the next music or clothes or language or celebrity. Hasn't happened yet, but we can dream. Get off my lawn. I feel like, well, I think that one thing, I mean, after like really kind of tripping on it for a while, I think that one thing about our generation is, or I mean, I could just talk about me, let's just say, but like, you know, I really loved, I mean, magazines raised me and I really loved learning, about all of it. And I could like at least look at the pictures or kind of stumble on some interviews or some reviews on modern music, but also there was always like, I mean, okay, I grew up on the Fugees. Lauryn Hill did A Rose is Still a Rose with Aretha Franklin. If I didn't have my dad telling me about Aretha, I would have maybe found out about her that way. And I think that I also really liked digging. So I would have probably found out about that stuff through that thing where like there was Aretha was covered, you know, Bowie or, you know, the Stones or the Beatles or Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. Or again, I'm just thinking about Rolling Stone where I'm like, you know, who cares? XTC and Depeche Mode and whatever. But also like probably during my time, there was a lot of rap in that shit too. So it's like Cake and I don't know, fucking Rilo Kiley and whatever. And so I think that like in just picking up magazines back then, there were like legacy acts that were also involved with the younger stuff just because it was in one magazine at a time, you know, where today it's a little bit tougher because it's like you need to be digging for throw. I mean, it's like I could make an amazing video on the life and times of Luther Vandross, but you'd have to look it up. Like a kid would have to look it up. It wouldn't just like fall into the mix. Granted, I think that like in time when I start making the videos in a way where like new people could come to this thing, I could be like, hey man, give it a try. You know, it's like I don't think I'd be mad at this shit. Like it's like some of this stuff, the intention was just to like move your body and they nailed it. And even if you don't like it, just like give it a chance, you know? I mean, it was awesome, you know, hearing Abby even just say like I love, or she liked Lionel Richie and she only knew one song. And I'm like, dude, that is rad. You got to start somewhere, you know? Yeah, wait, I always feel a little special being born at the turn of the millennium. Also watching shows have helped. Yeah, that's another big one too, because it's like, yeah, like back in my day, we watched reruns. So like I knew about I Love Lucy. And it was funny to me, you know, or I knew about like Abbott and Costello and like, yeah, it's a trip, you know, it's like we only had one box to look at. And so if someone had the remote control, you learn about fucking, you know, when MASH comes on, you go to fucking bed. But I mean, I do think, I think that there'll be a bridge that gaps, but I also feel like it's a type of person on both ends. It's the type of person who wants to be open to get some of the shit from back in the day, and someone who's like, when I was DJing, I brought up I made a playlist for Abby and Melissa. Damn, I forgot about Joe. But someone was just like, I could never do that. I would never, I could not, it's like, they didn't want to talk about the thing that was just so, like things that were so obvious to the two of us in a conversation, let's just say. And it's like, oh yeah, I don't mind that at all. They were like, oh, you know, good on you kind of thing. But, yeah, it's strange times. But then again, there never is not going to be some strange times. I was cleaning the kitchen. What are we talking about? I just finished. Charting. Talking about, I don't even know, time. What are we talking about? The millennium, dude, being born in the 1900s. As long as people exist, haters will exist. Because yeah, for sure. we're old-ish, but I don't even know. Wait, Big Cheese Gen Z upsets me sometimes. Can't lie. Wait, Hans, why do Gen Z upset you? Why do they upset you? We're gonna take a road trip to Texas. Where in Texas are you trying to go? Hans, I'm almost 38. No, I'm saying watching shows millennials make. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying too. I'm saying that, like, you know, yeah, you watched older shows. That's hard to come by these days. I mean, unless, and it's also weird because it's like, I don't know. It is weird. Like, it is really fucking strange to me. But like, even just the duration, like, of consuming content is really interesting in the fact that, like, if you could binge that 70s show, you just binge that 70s show. When you're really watching it with someone, or when you're watching with a world of people, and also being like, you could binge. It's like when I binge watch something, I could sometimes, but I don't really care and pay attention. But I'm like, I can't tell the difference between season 3 and season 4, or season 3 and season 5, or season, you know, it's like there's some big differences between like the first season and the last. But it's like, when you really start to think about dude, imagine like a season is like a fucking year. You know, it's like you spent a year watching that with people, and then the next year you're like, oh shit, it's back. This is awesome. And like that thing you just live with, you know, as opposed to like I could cash a fucking movie. I could cash that 70 show in easy, a few days, a week, light work. Um, and that's a weird thing because it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. I love watching reruns of Bewitched. Same, dude. Um, wait, what are we talking about? Old. I'm still here. I'm all here. I was talking about older generations hating the pop culture of the next. Kev kind of flipped it the other way and talked about reversing the past, kind of disappointing. No, I get that, but I'm just saying that like I think that we live in a world where like we could have found out about the old. I do think that like yeah, of course, it's like yeah, of course, you have to fucking hate the next. I mean, you don't, but it's like it's just like I was talking about my friend who's squeaky clean. It's like if I didn't listen to her, which I didn't listen to her, that means she might be wrong. You know what I mean? And I think that that's a thing that's tough, where it's just like no, the way I did it is the way it should be done, and it's just like but again, that's also just me, you know. It's just like yeah, of course, it's like hearing Louis Armstrong talk about John Coltrane is insane. It's like John Coltrane is John fucking Coltrane. John Coltrane is like who's arguing John Coltrane? Granted, it's like that if you allow John Coltrane to exist in your reality as Louis Armstrong, you're cooked. You're cooked. Just pack it up, bro. You're done. And granted, there could be some people who like that, like, you know, fucking It's a Wonderful Life, but then you're just aging yourself in this way that's just like, it's not Get Off My Lawn, it's worse. Get Off My Lawn sounds like cute. Um, but I mean, I'm also like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think, but I don't know. But also, I was thinking about that kind of stuff when I was younger, and I think I've always just been a little open, which I think has like suited me well. But again, I understand what you're. Of course, I mean, even when talking to my friend who was just like, I could never make a playlist for someone who doesn't know who John Coltrane is, which again, that's a crazy thing to us, but I totally understand that, you know. But they were also fucking pissed. They were mad. You know what I mean? They're learning about new stuff, but they were fucking mad about it every step of the way. And I'm like, you got to let that go, man. I walk into a room and then stop and then think, what? Sir, there's a character limit. How do I express why they upset me in my field of work? I mean, again, I get that too. I just like, yeah, no. I mean, I totally understand that. In the past year or so, I've really gotten into appreciating the Internet Archive as a resource. I wish I started making monthly donations. Dude, that's awesome. I wish I learned. I want to learn more about it. I feel like I have such a gigantic blind spot regarding the internet, and I know it's so cool, and I know I would love it so much, because I also feel like it's like the worlds that like are just starting when there's literally $0 in sight. Zero. There's no money. You know what I mean? Like it's like people who are just like making websites to just geek out about whatever the fuck they love. And it's just like, there's no way. They're just doing it for the love of the fucking game. You find the best, or you find the stuff that like is the most endearing to me. Okay, I grew up mostly reruns too. WGN, The Jeffersons, Good Times, Brady Bunch, Gilligan's, Mayberry, Sanford and Son. That's my whole everything. Disappearing, not disappointing. Got you, cheese. You know, I mean, those are the same words. Obviously, they're not, but you know. Yeah, Norman Lear raised me. You know, I mean, I also love Desilu Productions. And then my direct, my like Beavis and Butthead, and but also it was weird too. I feel like Laura responded to one of the last streams on this channel about there was there was so much irony in the 90s, and I feel like there really were worlds where you could really love like Sonic Youth and like unironically love I Love Lucy, or like it was cool to like it in an ironic way or something, or Happy Days or something, you know, like when like Spike Jonze directs, what's that Weezer song? What the fuck is it? What's with these homies? This and my girls. You know what I mean. What the fuck is that song? There's some 90s card that's got revoked. Buddy Holly. Oh my God, even Buddy Holly. Like that's such a perfect, that's the most perfect. It's like Weezer, young, new, cool dweebs, Good Times, or Happy Days, Buddy Holly. What's with these homies dissing my girl? Damn, I mean, Weezer is really Weezer. Wait, are you Gen Z? Get off my lawn is my general response for hating on. Yeah, for sure. Or just like waving your fist at the clouds. You all would be proud of my kids know about Michael Jackson, Run DMC, even my lover movies like Back to the Future and Heavy. Dude, that's awesome. I mean, you have to. Yes. Oh my God, South Park. Jeez, you watch South Park is Norman Lear and Lucy were geniuses. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah, sure, kid. Thank you. Yeah. I was it's a bummer. My friend Jerry, who passed away, his baby shower was at Norman Lear's house. But Norman was a bit older at the time. It wasn't even too long ago. I mean, obviously it wasn't too long ago, but and I got a chance to meet him. I also, I still do. I want to get Norman's hat, his like bucket hat tattooed on me. All the tattoos I'm looking for are like silly ass, like comedy nonsense. You just like ridiculous ass, like, they were insane. But also, I mean, Nick at Night was really big. And again, it was like funny was funny. Like, I mean, granted now it's just like it reminds me of my childhood. So like obviously like everyone wants more of that in their lives. But like watching The Honeymooners or even like The Twilight Zone. Granted, but it's also funny because it's like I'm not trying to give it credit because it's my childhood. The writing is strong, and like the jokes land. Granted, I just didn't understand what it was to be married when I was fucking 7. So therefore, I didn't understand a lot of the fucking references of like The Honeymooners, or even at the time, let's just say like Married with Children or something. But yes, as you grow older, I still don't know what it is to be married, but I get, you know what I mean? There's a few things I get that I didn't before. I was watching that stuff when I was reruns of good stuff. We're playing on my TV and the whole every so often. I don't do it it's really really weird when if I get fucking hammered the next day, if I'm hungover and I need to like take a nap, I like taking a nap with my computer on because it makes me feel like I'm watching reruns. But it's also weird because it's like the stuff that I'm watching on my computer isn't anything that I've seen before. It's like new content to me. So I can't do it. It's just really weird. Like I have a computer open and I'm like, I could, but I don't have, I could watch some reruns, but I just don't, but I want to really badly. And so every so often I just try to sleep on my couch because I'm just watching The Honeymooners. And I'm just like, I'm like really just like tapping into like old, I don't even know. I love a laugh track. I also feel like that's another thing about Mom and I feel like to a certain extent, I'm just a laugh track. You know, I mean, even today when I was doing this podcast, there were moments where like it probably doesn't make for a great podcast. I mean, it was fine, but it was just like I was laughing at inside jokes and I was just laughing and then she was laughing and then it was like, what are you guys laughing at? But I could not stop. And then when I couldn't stop, it was just kind of contagious in a way where I feel like laugh tracks are just so like I remember my friend who said it. He was just like, I was older. It was like early 2000s. And he was just like, I hate laugh tracks. And I was like, what the fuck is a laugh track? And then I was like, oh my God, yeah, there's laughter on all these things. And then I was like, oh, weird. And then I couldn't stop noticing them. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucking love laugh tracks. I mean, granted, I love a good non-laugh track when you don't need it, or like when you're making a decision to not have it. But boy, oh boy, does that make me feel comforted. I love watching I Dream of Jeannie. Yes. Ever seen What's Happening? Loved, of course. Of course. Ashley, I'm good. How are you? I'm here. Mom's not here right now because I was on a podcast today and I had to do stuff out of here. No, those are the best. Oh my God, yes, Mackenzie. I didn't know if you were still here. I was gonna tell you about it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm Norman, dude, a Norman Lear hat. Yeah. Oh my God. It's like, that's so him and so like, yeah, I don't know. But all this shit it's just like music and like, it's just like music and like comedy. It was funny. The day I went to an art show on Friday and Kilby was in the chat. And then, he went to the show and he was just like, he's like, oh yeah, man, Richard Pryor. And I was just like, what? And I guess I just forgot he was there. And I was like, oh yeah, you're Richard Pryor tattoo. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, wouldn't that be so good? But it's all that. It's like that's all I want my body covered in. Nick at Night will make me cry. The feels. I know. It's also funny because it was like at the time it was so like, I don't know, like I loved it, but it also like sucked. It knew you were like, you knew like it was not bedtime, but like you wanted like Neon Flux to be on or something, you know, or I wanted more Beavis and Butthead or something. Ashley, how are you doing? I've watched a lot of South Park, but stopped at some point. I'm not sure. The Game of Thrones episode, I have to check. I feel like I stopped too. It's funny, I stopped and my friend kind of picked it up. And my friend, for many things in our lives, I've been like, peep this. And he's just like, you're a fucking loser. And then he falls in love with it. And South Park was the last one. He recently got hip to it. But I was just like, oh my God, like it's just a good show. I mean, also, it's like when you start getting into like the ins and outs of like them creating a show in 5 days, even if you don't like it, you guys have to respect it. It's just such a big, crazy thing. But he kept on going, and I was like, oh, I haven't watched it for a while. And he kept up with even the new seasons, and he was just like, they're still hitting homers. Do you guys remember Tales from the Crypt? That was the best. Even oh man, I forgot the name of the kid from Hocus Pocus. I forgot the Hocus Pocus kid, but Tales from the Crypt I used to watch with my father all the time. The Crypt Keeper is like another tattoo I should get. That raised me. I mean, that was like also like the first, for whatever reason, like, I don't know, like I watched like movies with like pimps and drugs and stuff. Um just because that was like the 70s movies that I liked the music from. So I wasn't like so like whoa crazy, but for some reason in like the 80s and the 90s, like watching the scary stuff, like watching that kind of thing made me feel like I was watching adult stuff, which was also hella funny because it's like just random ass like scary stories where I'm like watching like people really like down bad. But like yeah, I used to love Tales from the Crypt. Kev, the new season of Big Brother just started. I've never watched Big Brother. Oh yeah, we talked about this. But also, wait, what is it on? I don't have TV. Oh, Mom has TV. I've been thinking, and I realized that there's such a unique strength in my generation that the ones coming after that have character and older people talk about, well, in my day we did such and such. In my head, my response is, well, you didn't have a choice. That's true. And I thought about it. People in my group have to pass the test of whether or not you can get through over which include all I'm saying is I put some damn respect on my name. I have a purpose. Like, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to, yeah, you have to choose for sure. That alone is pretty nuts. Like, yeah, like it's also funny because it's like I was saying to someone the other day about the pop culture stuff that I love. Granted, I always liked pop culture. Like I just always fucked with it. And I liked like the counterculture, like the alt stuff, but I didn't I didn't have a guilty pleasure. I didn't give a fuck for a guilty pleasure. I liked what I liked, but it's funny too because it's like some of the stuff that I didn't like when I was younger, I just like now because it was just everywhere. So you couldn't really you couldn't escape. Who cares? Third Eye Blind or fucking 311 or Sublime, but yeah, you have to choose. I didn't. I had no choice. That really is a big difference between Gen Z and millennials. Man, I love that you being her laugh track. That's but it's true. I mean, I do think that it's like I do bring that in a way where like, yeah, I laugh a lot. I just laugh a lot, and I think that kind of goes far. And I never thought about it, but until like there's a few people who brought it to my attention, and then when Mom was just like, "Oh yeah, the first thing I ever called you as a kid was Mr. Giggles," and I'm like, I've been this way, but that is, I think it. Absolutely, I am painting my nails now. Finally, wait, I'm legit the youngest person here right now. I mean, Evan left, but Evan is younger. Fuck yeah, dude. All I have is nonsense. Hell yeah. I don't want to watch it until I was sleeping. Like, fuck yeah. Talking about laugh tracks, just want to give Bernie Mac his flowers for being able to carry a sitcom and did not have one. Yeah, that's funny too. Again, that's probably when I was that was probably a little earlier, but when I just never noticed it. I never realized it. I never thought about it. But then again, when you find it, when you see that it's not there and they're just fucking killing it, you're like, oh my God, this is awesome. But I didn't even notice that about the Bernie Mac show, but that show was great. Bernie Mac, dude. I saw some like, one of those like Instagram, like engage bait. Well, I don't even know the fuck you want to call that. I'm old, but it was just like top 3 or like 3 you want to hang out with, or like everyone else has got to go. And it was just a bunch of comedians and pretty quick. I just looked at like the comments. There was a lot of comments and a lot of people put Bernie Mac in there. And I was like, I would love Bernie Mac to be in my world, but there's just too many others for me. I mean, there was like 15 people, so it was just like there was so many. I saw, yeah, there's just so many good ones. Kev, the Crypt Keeper is my Oh my god, that's awesome! Which one are you gonna get? I gave a really good Crypt Keeper toy to my friend. There's two of them. One of them, and he was in like the electric chair, and there's another one where he's just like all like Hawaiian out, like he just in a Hawaiian shirt, just like kind of chilling. So sick. It's on CBS local channel, also Paramount Plus. Okay, I'll look into it. Wait, which one is Big Brother again? That's the one that like everyone just lives in a house. Does anyone remember Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, for sure. That was also, I feel like me being a bit of a shithead kid at the time, it was like kids are watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, or they were watching Goosebumps, and I was over here being like, bitch, Tales from the Crypt, you know? And or I really love like Tales from the Hood. Have you seen that movie? I mean, but I mean, yeah, those shows were great. But I think that at that time, I was really into like Salute Your Shorts and Hey Dude and shit. Snick, that was some good stuff. I haven't watched the show yet, but I love watching Tales from the Dark Side. Yeah, it's a good one. Evan is almost 14, I think. Yeah. Yo, San Diego, how's it going? How are you? Wait, what? Wait, I'm afraid of the dark. I mean, I get it. Wait, San Diego, did you have a bunch of shows growing up that you watched on Nickelodeon? A little different topic, but I loved X-Files as a kid too. I had a girlfriend that I was with for a long time, and she was obsessed with X-Files, and so because of that, it was funny when we first started hanging out, and I was touring a lot, so I was leaving, and I got all the toys, I got all the action figures, and I was just like, oh, here. She was like, oh my god, this is so sick, like, oh my god, like, look, and then she was like, oh my god, like, thanks for letting me see them. I was like, oh my god, you thought I was literally showing you my you thought I was showing you my collection? I was like, no, these are yours. And she was like, oh my god. And so after that, like, we like watched a bunch of the old ones. But I also feel like they were really cool, but like I think that like there really is a certain something about watching it when it's live you just, even if you get it after the fact, something about it you don't fully get. And that's not entirely the case, but at least it is for me, I think. Definitely classic Crypt Keeper. Yeah, suit, bow tie. It's good, man. It's good. It's good. Oh my god. Yeah, he's so good. He's so great. It's like Survivor, but in a house. I think you could win if you went on it. For real? There's things that I could do that I feel like I mean, oh my god, if there was, I should go on a show. I mean, I don't think so, but also I feel like I mean, wait, what do you do on the show? What kind of thing do you do on the show? Literally great on a show like Big Brother. What do you do on a show like that? Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps tattoos? Not no. There's like 3 or 4 of them now, I think, Tales from the Hood. But I hold off on watching them because I start thinking about things that make me mad. How so, Aaliyah? Oh my god, do you remember? You don't? Oh my god, yes, yeah. You don't do that for sure. That one's like a real classic for me. I feel like that was like the first show that was like a kid show that was like a little bit older. Like I was watching like something I got, but it wasn't entirely mine yet. It felt like it was from like a generation removed from me. Alex Mack, yeah. My friend, I just had a meeting with one of my friends. My friend's dad made that show. And I didn't know. And yeah, Alex Mack. Oh my God, wait, what happened? Oh my God, wait, didn't that girl passed away? Didn't she? One of my friends was like, just like loved her growing up. Me too, Kev. I almost named my pet after Scully. It's so sick. So sick. Still watch it today if I saw it on. Yeah, that's but yeah, that's I mean, like, if you grew up with something, of course you watch it when it's on. It was just one of those, like, again, there was a certain something where I think that, like, when you just binge something, it's almost like there isn't like when the last one ends and the next one starts. It's like just like all one thing, and for some reason, it's not that it's more forgettable, but like because I binge something when it's like I can't remember the Tiger King. I watched it all once. I mean, I remember some things, but I don't remember what happened. Compared to, like, boy, oh boy, do I remember Family Matters, Slucher Shorts, All Real Monsters. With as much of a troll as Kevin is, fuck yeah, he could win Big Brother. Really? Oh yeah. You fuck with people until they get tired of fucking with you. Oh my God. I could do that. Clarissa Explains It All is great, dude. Ferguson. One second. So I take it we're all Nickelodeon kids more so than we are Disney kids. Because that was like the great divide. Basically you gotta be good at competitions, have a good social game, and a bit of a scamber. You're a chill Jude, and I feel like the chill people win. Interesting. I'll watch some of it for sure. I haven't. Cat Dog was past my prime. Rocko's Modern Life was right in the pocket for me. I used to love Big Brother. Now it's mostly, All Real Monsters, and Clarissa Explains It All. Intro is, oh yeah, those intros. Oh my God, so good. Hey Arnold was a great one too. Slucher Shorts and Hey Dude was good too. Yeah, those are mine. Those were mine. I follow Donkey Lips, and it's a bit of a bummer, but it affected me. I love that show. Chicken George, yes. Doug, that was a great one too. Well, for one of those stories was racist police brutality. Blackman being, and the lady being abused by her husband. My bad. I haven't seen them in a long time. I also feel like at the time, and obviously that stuff was I was young for that kind of thing. So I just really liked being up late and watching it with my dad. And I feel like when it came to like those stories, people weren't like PC and stuff. It was just like, we're just watching whatever was on. I didn't even clock that. Or I mean, I did, but I mean, I just remember it being gnarly, not like the details of it. Rugrats was a big one. I really loved Rugrats. Also, yeah. I remember Arthur, but I didn't really watch Arthur. I just see Arthur because of the memes. A bunch of Carol Bashan killing. Yeah. That with that bitch. Did she really? But did she not? Wasn't that one of those things? Eureka's Castle. Damn. I didn't go down Disney. I went down Disney. It's funny. I fucked with Disney when I was like older. When I was like one step older than the shows. Like it was like I was watching cringe shit. Like I was watching like Even Stevens when I was in like high school, where it's just like, what are you doing that for? Or like Lizzie McGuire and shit. I just really like that sense of humor. I like that like dumb kitty like iCarly I loved, but I was like older, but I'm like, dude, Gibby was so rad. Like I loved, and even like now just like watching like Gibby like You a Cop memes, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. But Disney I didn't fuck with until I basically like, it was weird. I watched Disney after I watched Nickelodeon, which is such a strange thing. Because also, I think by the time I stopped Nickelodeon was like the Amanda Show. Also, Amanda Bynes. That's a wild one to keep up with and just kind of tap into whenever. I caught just the start of Nick, but Nick at Night. Yeah, before Nick at Night. I'm going to Disney on Ice with my kids. That's awesome. I mean, all the movies. I mean, Disney really knew what they were doing. I mean, they could really tell the story. That's why we're all here. Nickelodeon did this. I think so too. I mean, also I think that like there was a through line between like Nickelodeon and straight up like Jackass, like Nickelodeon to like Nickelodeon to MTV, but like MTV shows, you know, like not just like music. Like it was like, you know, Ren and Stimpy and like close up of like boogers and shit to like Beavis and Butthead was like an easy one too. Even Stevens for Disney was probably my fave. Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks, San Diego. I watched Bug Juice. Kids, I don't know. I've never seen Bug Juice, but I do remember Bug Juice, but I can't remember it. Oh my God. Pinwheel Zombie Zoo. That was Nick Disney. Oh my God. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. I don't really know about that, Chrissy. Wait, I watched Hannah Montana in high school. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was, oh my God. I have a friend who always rips on me so hard. And because Hannah Montana was, no, I guess, yeah, I think I was watching Even Stevens. But yeah, a friend who was just like, dude, Kevin knew about Miley Cyrus before she blew up, because I was like, Hannah Montana was about to come out, and I was just like, oh my God, you know, like the show's gonna be, again, it's just like dumb fart, you know, like I'm sure whatever anyone is writing to get like a tween to laugh is like, that's my humor. That's what I like. I just don't know where to even find it anymore. But it was, but Hannah Montana was like, so it was right there. What was his name? Jackson, that kid? SpongeBob is the freaking best. I'm bummed because I kind of missed SpongeBob. I came back and I went, dude, I went to high school. I went to school with Gibby. Oh, I went to school with Gibby's girlfriend. That's awesome. Did you see him back in the day when like Gibby was Gibby? I had a friend who was like kind of seeing Gibby, but like as like an adult, because he makes like really weird, cool art video stuff. I feel like he's not. Oh my God, I watched Drake and Josh I used to watch Drake and Josh for sure. And I fucked with their music. There's a dude named Backhouse Mike who used to make some music with Drake Bell. And I fucked with that whole world. And then also when he was doing stuff with like iCarly, that was awesome too. But also I think that it was like, there was a weird world of like overlap with like School of Rock and shit, where it was like, I don't know. But yeah, dude, Drake and Josh was a good one. Drake and Josh is like that's like so my humor. That's like so it. Bear in the Big Blue House. I was too old, but I loved it. I don't know what that is. And I was like way older. It was hilarious at the time, but knowing what we know now, not nearly as fun anymore. Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, but that's like kind of like almost like anything by this point. It's pretty crazy. I just remember he never called her anything but that bitch. I remember he was funny like that, but also he was a fucking weirdo. Wait, isn't he in prison? iCarly on Nickelodeon as a whole. You mean some of the. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. I completely forgot about that. Totally, like that fucking weirdo asshole, bro. It's also funny. I guess it's like I really did kind of like take in all the like feet bullshit, like it was like weird, you know, not like, oh my God. But then, yeah, like hearing about all that stuff, Dan Schneider stuff is just such a fucking bummer. But like, yeah, that wasn't like, I forgot about that stuff, but like, Yeah, it's just such a it's such a fucking weirdo. Also, yeah, where is he? Did he like flee or some shit? Um, I could see that green slime. You remember the song Bug Juice? It doesn't come in a jar. Bug juice comes from who you are. I don't know that. Scary fact. I book a Dan Snyder show. My knee surgery saved me. I booked a Dan Snyder show. Oh my god, really? Whoa, that's wild. What was it going to be? Um Oh, it was Sam and Cat. That's wild. Um Sam and Cat. Oh yeah, wasn't isn't wait, is Sam which one's Ariana Grande? Um if anyone else has experienced this, it may be because of my age and social media generation, but I want to call it nostalgia. Like when literally everyone is constantly going on about how much they miss certain things. It doesn't feel nostalgic anymore. Like you gotta leave it where it is and appreciate it. I don't know that, but I mean, I get it for sure. I mean, I totally get it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Chrissy, that's yes to all of that. Actually, I love that show. I think Trump pardoned him. I'll really? Oh, dude, that's a fucking bummer. That dude is clearly a fucking weirdo. Um, yeah, I watched Drake and Josh as an adult until I saw the documentary. Oh yeah, wait, where did the documentary come out? Again, yeah, that's such a bummer. I forgot about that. But also, I mean, I guess I get reminded every time I see Amanda Bynes. But I really do mean the like weird, I don't know, like whatever Gibby is, you know what I mean? Like um, that weird sense of humor. Do you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, not the fucking creepy stuff. Um, Sam is from iCarly and Kat is from Victorious. Oh yeah, Victorious. Yeah, and wasn't Sam? She was really ditzy. Gummy bears. Oh my god, that show. All the Kool Aid Jam. um, yeah, I'm again. I kind of missed the Disney stuff or that Disney stuff. Just shared my goose bumps are you afraid of the dark tattoos on Discord. Kev's art. Sorry, you were too cool for school for those days. I didn't mean to be. I really didn't mean to be. Wait, also Hans, dude, I can't get enough. Wait, this is so good. This is so good. That's so good. Okay, one second. Uh okay, Kev art. Oh my god, yes. Wait, your Are You Afraid of Dark tattoo is like gonna be my oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Wait, so that's the dude, your Are You Afraid of the Dark is kind of gonna be like my Richard Pryor tattoo. Also, that wait, we talked about Mackenzie, that guy has that mask. The meat guy has the real mask. This is so funny. Um Rescue Rangers. Damn, Tailspin. Damn. Those are good. I feel like Sailor Jupiter looks like she's a bit more like it looks a bit she's wait, y'all remember Tumblr? That shit fucked for real. Tumblr was great. Tumblr was really great. I didn't really use it, but I really wanted to. I was a little late to the dance. Um Did anyone watch Happy Tree Friends? I was too late for that. Bob Ross. I never watched Bob Ross. I wish I did. Lily Hayes as a Gravity Falls character. Oh, is this what that is? What's Gravity Falls? Oh my God, wait, so that's what it is, Hans. That really is. So that's Mom as Gravity Falls. I'm always hoping Amanda is doing okay. I loved her show, but it just sucks that I know. It's also just like, it's such a bummer because it's like, you can't even, it's like every time you see her, you have to be like, fuck. You know, it's always like daunting being like, oh shit. It's such a bummer. She's always, I mean, also, yeah, like all that was a big one for me. And then the Amanda show was really cool. But the Amanda show is probably when I was on my way out of that like whole, of the Nickelodeon thing. Yeah, dude, I hope she's doing well. I'm bummed. I was trying to go to a few, I was trying to go to a few shows of hers where she did something with that dude, like something pizza. But the thing was, it was just like, they were all like close to me. So I was just like, oh, fuck it, I'll stop by. But I was just like out of town each time one of those things happened. And I was just like, I don't even know what I really do. I kind of just go and like, just like look, you know, it's like, I don't even know what I would do. It's like, I don't want a magazine signed or something. But yeah, man, I hope she's good. I can't even front. I was so obsessed with Power Rangers when they first came out. Oh my God, same. I feel like Power Rangers was one of the first ones where I was trying to be too cool for school. So I was just like, oh, I don't want to like this shit. And because of that, like the universe was just like, bitch, you're going to fucking love this shit. And then like, I remember like making like creepy crawlers and then fucking watching Power Rangers like on the low. I couldn't tell people. LiveJournal, I wasn't a part of, but when I moved to San Francisco, my friends, like they were dating, met on LiveJournal. Like LiveJournal was like a big thing that was always brought up, but I just never had one. Amanda's back to herself. I love Lindsay Lohan. I love that Lindsay Lohan is back. Oh, she is? I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. I mean, that was like, yeah, that was funny times. Tarkin pardoned attempt have all failed, but he's trying again. What is he? What did he get locked up for? Kevin, no fucking way. I bought a handsome replica mask. Wait, yeah. I just saw that. Go look at the meat, bro. He made a video and he has the original. He bought like the mask and was like talking about it. I mean, like it's like falling apart and like, you know, it's like being preserved as like best it possibly could. But it's the one. My buddy was a Power Ranger too. Wait, which one? Adventures in Wonderland. Which one is Adventures in Wonderland? Teletubbies don't judge. No judging. Wait, Teletubbies. I've never really watched Teletubbies. I just remember that CeeLo video. Dude, watch Bob Ross now. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Also, I feel like I get his message. Fucking $800. It was nuts. I shouldn't have, but it's my prized possession. That's awesome. Wait, what happened? Wait, that the kid put the mask on and he couldn't get it off, right? Like he couldn't take it off. It was also like his whole body. Damn, that really brought back some memories. I don't want the hell Gravity Falls is. Just made a random thing. Oh, word. Hurts my heart. She wasn't protected. I know. It's also just so, yeah, just so weird how many times that kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that's TV, man. I mean, young Hollywood. I mean, I also wonder, I mean, like, I guess it's like, what is it? Like, by this point, like, parents are not like that type of predators, but like exploiting kids that's like the new, you know, I don't know. It's just so crazy. Like, just this shit happened so much back then. Gravity Falls is a cartoon that's very popular. People underestimate the things trauma can do to people. It sucks. Love Rob Boss. We went. Oh, that's awesome. What was in the museum? Also, his story was sad too. Did you watch that documentary? Super sad. Literally just fucking seeing. I mean, you're talking about, I thought you were talking about mom in this picture. Yeah, dude. I just wanted to see her for sure. How is Brittany? Honestly, for my voice, Tiger King. Did you know the Power Rangers all flat scenes from Japan version and the Kimberly and Tommy? Yeah, Mama Bear. My friend's dad made that show. My friend's dad bought the footage of the fighting in Japan and then made it here. So I had no idea, but then I found out. What was that kids show Cosby had? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. My brother was obsessed with that. Cosby, oh dude, the worst. I forgot what that show was called. Remember the Parenthood? That was a real good one. Kev, you gotta look her, Lindsay, because she looks fucking amazing. Really? Let's see. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, she looks better than she ever had to me. She looks great. That's crazy. Wait, when did she come back? Trying to compare against low. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's a tough. Yeah, that's super tough. No fucking way that shit has to be falling apart. It is. It really is. You got to watch the. Oh yeah, Meat Crayon, Teletubbies animation. Kev. Okay, because yeah, that's what it is. It's the Meat Crayon, dude. I love how it looks like Lily is next to Kelly. Carly Beth did in The Mask, couldn't get it off. Yes, Mask 2, the kid who picked on her did this sick. Was basically just a studio with a bunch of his paintings. I'm sure they were so sick. 1 second, but also wait, Mackenzie, did the mask ever come off? Or, I mean, the spoiler alerts. But how did they get the mask off? Because also, but it was also kind of like The Mask, where like there was no like end scene, right? I'll find the picture. The Blue Ranger helmet. I went to the premiere and dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, the work she's done. Yeah, totally. Kevin, I talked about Gravity Falls. It's a newer Disney animation show, but it's really dope. It has some occult element. The uncle is a Freemason, I think, and it's just really campy in general. I would put it up there with the regular show and Adventure Time. I think you'd enjoy it, and I made the other comment simply because it had that same animation style, Lily's picture. So 1 second. So the regular show, Adventure Time, and Gravity Falls are all kind of in the same vein. I'm gonna just make a little note of this. Also, what year is this? What year are these, and what are these cartoons kind of considered? You know, like, are these like true modern day classics, or are they like just random ass reg Also, what are these shows on? Gravity Falls. What are these shows on? I hate John Vito for what he did. Also hated him for running such a funny joke in the forest. I know, dude. It sucks. It sucks so hard. I have that. I have. Oh, Hans, I have your cup, and I love it so much, and it's so funny to me. And again, I had no clue. I didn't know about that. Where I'm like, obviously, fuck John Vito, but it's like, dude, John Vito, that's such a good one. She does. Oh my god, it's so good. So lame. This one came up a few years ago. She married and had a child. Does lots of cute Xmas movies. Freaky Friday 2. Wait, I feel like I did see her in a Christmas movie. Yes, when she was dating someone and then they were dating each other's exes or something. Lindsay Lohan lives in Dubai now. Her husband is Middle Eastern. Yes. Sick. In Goosebumps, the mask changed her personality and shit too. Was she like a bad guy? She loses it so good. I love the mask episodes. Mad random. This wasn't a kid's show. But do you remember the movie Red Sonja with Bridget Nielsen? And wait, I think I do. One second. One second. Wait up. They're still coming out. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Damn, I forgot. Wait, that's Brigitte Nielsen. That's so crazy. I feel like dude, like fucking Flavor of Love just got burned into my brains. And I only know her with Flavor Flav. Obviously, I don't because it's like Rocky and shit. But like that Brigitte Nielsen left my mind. And then the Flavor Flav is the only one. Oh my God, it's so funny. Yes, but I only watch Gravity Falls out of those. Um, I love the unicorn from the dude. There's a show. I don't even know. I'm so bummed about it. I don't even know how to. I do not know how to. I watched an anime when I was a kid. I had a VHS. I watched it religiously. I can't explain anything about it, and it's maybe one of the weirdest memories I have. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. I don't know, but I remember people jumping through trees. They were like moving fast, jumping through trees. That's kind of as far as it goes. I don't know why I brought this up just now, but I love the unicorn from Adventure Time. Gravity Falls started 2012, finished in 2016. Disney show. The Adventure Time's a regular show. Our Cartoon Network. Do you use a cup? I do use I do. I mean, it's weird. It's like it's like for us, you know. I mean, I used it. It was funny. The last it was like a few weeks ago. I went and I have like a little pool, like a little communal pool area, and I went there and like I had like a beer and I brought it because it was like, you know, just trying to be respectful and like not just like, you know, drinking beers in front of strangers. But I brought it and my friend was just like, why the fuck is Kevin drinking out of a candle? I was like but it was always just like John was like it was like facing me, you know? This is very modern day classics. Is that, and it's like renowned. Like that's like everyone agrees. Kev, do you know what show movie mom and dad watched back then? It really is. It's all the Norman Lear stuff. It's all the like Flavor Flav. Yes, it's all. I don't know. There weren't people in trees. I feel like they were like chasing each other, but like kicking through trees, or like they were moving really fast and they were going through trees. And I think it's more so like cute than like fighty. You know, I don't think it was like heavy. It was like for kids, but I Love Lucy was obviously the biggest one. She loved the Jeffersons. She loved um uh the Honeymooners. She loved, and my dad just liked TV. My dad really liked TV. So but also again, like my mom watched like novellas, so like I wouldn't even know what they were, you know? But other like Dick Van Dyke, um uh the Andy Griffith show was a big one. Growing up, like getting older, she really liked the King of Queens. I really love the King of Queens as well. But like, yeah, that was like a funny one. She really liked Doug. We got to get Lily a giant clock necklace. um, I never. Wait, does Lindsay Lohan Beach Club was the name? I don't even know what that is. It doesn't show up on IMDb. Must have paid to get it removed. Was it that bad? Um, there's a few like really. I mean, yeah, there's some funny shows that are just they're just getting paid. I mean, that's also the kind of stuff that I'm like literally like looking for, like at the garage sales, but like really keeping an eye out on. Oh my god, do you remember the show Passions? No, but that sounds hella funny. I finished Hunter times Hunter a couple of months ago. Amazing show. The main characters are the Light and Darkness. Original 1999 version next, and then getting started on the manga. How I don't know. I don't really know much. I don't know many animes. I really loved uh Evangelion. I really love that one. Oh my god, I remember Passions. I only brought it up because you mentioned anime. Leah Remini is a favorite of mine. Her stuff about leaving Scientology is crazy. I've been meaning to pick that book up because it's like, again, so up my alley. Like basically Amoeba, they're like giving it away for like $1.99 or whatever. And like it's also on Spotify. So it's like, oh my God, I could like crush this in like a few days. But yeah, that was a lot. It seemed like really insane. Like is she all right? It's also funny. Some of that stuff gets so like hairy that I don't even want to know anything about it. Just like the less you know, almost like the better. And also like I'm just like not really one for all the gossip, even though I just like her. So I'd probably want to know about it, but it's like it's tough. The doll from it, Timmy. The doll from it, Timmy. I love that. I don't know what it is. The doll from it, Timmy. Oh my God, I remember Passions. It was so awkward, but I was obsessed with it. It was a guilty pleasure. I don't know what that is. What's Passions? Any old school Days of Our Lives watchers here? I watched several years in college in the 90s, maybe the craziest soap opera ever. Dude, that is funny, Big Cheese. You watch Days of Our Lives? That is funny. In college, I know mom did, but also she was like working at the time, so she was just like, I'm not gonna fucking watch TV, you know? But I also feel like for some reason, like it seemed like she was just like she knew what was going on. Cause I also feel like a lot of like her work was bullshitting. It was like gossip. You know what I mean? It was like they came for her because she was fun and cool. And I feel like Days of Our Lives was like a thing, you know, like if you were up on that, you could really talk for a while, you know? No, mom, I mean, I wasn't making fun. I just that's such a good sentence. You just have to respect it, you know? From Passion Soap. I think Timmy was a doll that they made into a real person. The actor was someone who has a condition that made him seem younger. Oh. I see. Wait, and so, oh my God, 1 second. So there was a doll named Timmy, and then they made the doll into a person who had like a condition, and then he was just like a character. Is this like a sci-fi thing, or this is like a days? It was like a Days of Our. So it's like a Days of Our Lives, but like funny things like Timmy comes to life happens. Dude, wait, what year's Passions? Also, what station was it on? I lived on a coated floor of the dorms. The girls were into it, so I watched it too. The only, oh yeah, totally. That makes total sense. Then I feel like that's another reason why I was into some of the like Lindsay Lohan stuff. It was just I had a bunch of roommates that were women, and so I got hip to a lot of that stuff. Lily with Passions was a funny versions of soaps like Days. I love Days too, but those were the days I had no cable. Yeah. Really want to go into soap operas, but I want to hold off on those until I get married because I need someone to go on the journey with me. Oh yeah, for sure. Can you? Where do you could watch Days of Our Lives these days? Yeah. What? Wait, is it still on? Is it like on like season 1,000? He was a doll that turned into human. That's awesome. Timmy, was Timmy cool? They always had people come back to Days or being abducted. I think someone. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh my God, I forgot about Timmy. The kid was creepier than the doll. Whoa, what is going on, dude? Yep, he was a character at early 2000s ABC. Wait, that is so funny. Talk about dolls reminds me of the old sci-fi horror movies, The Killer Dolls Tiki. What I mean, I mean, every time I think dolls by this point is what the fuck is that? What is that movie called? What is that movie called again? Contagious? No. Oh my God. Where's that doll? Annabelle or something? Oh my God. Oh my God. YouTube it, Kev, you will laugh. I mean, for sure, I'm gonna watch Timmy come to life. For sure. I think Peacock probably has the soap operas. They have a lot of dude, crazy. The actor had a condition himself, but he in the show, which is wild as fuck, his character was a doll and he turned into a person by the other characters. It was wild as hell. Wait, was he like a weirdo? Was he like a bad guy or was he just like a weird guy? You have no ideas. You guys are still we're here. Have you ever seen Timmy come to life? Timmy as a human looked like the Grinch as a kid. Oh my God. Contagious. Wait, what is it? Constantine? No, what is that movie called? Wait, freaking Timmy. Okay, wait, Timmy. Wait, that's also what's like it. Okay, 1 second. Passion. Timmy. Oh, I've seen this kid before. Wait, was he? Whoa, dude. Timmy, the doll is. The doll is. 1 second. Whoa. Wait. 1 second. 1 second. You guys telling me this is Timmy? This is Timmy before he came to life? That's him? That's your man's? Conjuring. Wait, this is. And 1 second, and 1 second. This dude is just like creepy in the corner, just like his eyes looking all crazy. And then one day, like someone put a spell on him and he came to life. Pookie. I feel like that image of mom needs to pop up if you're taking her on the phone. Yeah, I know it is. Wait, that's Timmy. Wait, and how long? And so did his eyes move? And he was just there, and then who put him? Who made him? Him. And also, was he possessed, or was he just trying to kick it? Because like I'm looking at this right now, I got it. This fool looks stressed. This was like, I want back. I don't like it out here. Oh my God. I've seen that dude. I don't remember the show. Also, he's got like Michael's glove. I don't know where that record is, but I have a Jackson's Greatest Hits record, and it comes with like a funny glove, and it looks exactly like that. Yep, watch the transformation. Oh my God, yes. That doll's face is low-key saying, I'm a funny. Oh, for sure. 1 second. You're telling me Timmy the kid is got creepier than the doll? Because that doll is really doing its job. That doll is really, yeah. Yes, and he was a lush. And wait, there was witches involved in this stuff too? Like, yeah. I mean, dude, like that's like a meme of just like waking up and it's just like it's Tuesday again, you know? The witch turned him into a real boy, kind of like Pinocchio. He was like a companion to a witch. I don't know why, but that just made me think of Webster. I mean, I get it. Wait, for me, it was Timmy's voice. Dude, Timmy. Are there still people? There has to still be people out there with just like nightmares of Timmy. Oh my God, dude. Okay, well, this is going to be a new classic. I mean, when this turns into mom's green screen and her just being like, what the fuck happened? Like, what happened to you guys? Passion sounds better and better. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. Yeah, that witch was a scammer and a freak house. But was she just lonely? She just wanted to hang out with Timmy? But also, I mean, yeah. That doll is has the same face, Lily, when Kevin is fucking with her, but she can't get up because she's eating. Yeah, no. Or when she's like knocking on my window over here. Aaliyah, did you hear? Were you here that day? Oof. Charmed anyone? Big fan. I was obsessed with Gilmore Girls. I forgot at him, but for sure I'll have nightmares tonight. Just. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, he was wearing stripes. But I think the witch tried to convince others in the storyline that he was like just like a relative and some shit. But no one like that fucking creepy ass doll just fucking like upped and like walked away and no one said whatever happened to that creepy ass doll. If you see that doll, you remember that doll for sure. I'm a little obsessed with Melissa Milano. We're friends on TikTok. But my cousin Vinny was a real good one. I was a kid watching that shit. Dude, just that one photo alone of just him in the mask. Done. Nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel. No, she was always fucking with people and being just a straight jackass. I mean, it makes sense. She has Timmy as a friend. But again, and Timmy just didn't have a heart. He was like along those lines. The Mask so fucking weird for sure. OG Charmed was the best. Wait, Charmed came back? Kevin, you know I hate dolls. I know, dude. That's a bad one too. Warrior Princess was a good one for sure. I always watched Angel and Charmed in the morning when I was getting ready for school. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm always zoning out, bro. Don't worry, we're just talking about creepy fucking Timmy coming to life. Yeah, it was a weird show. I could only imagine. Yo, oh my God, wait, it's 9:20. I feel like I can kind of go on forever, but I think that my neighbors are fucking knocking on the door. I haven't heard anything. I mean, yeah, I don't think they're knocking, but when like neighbors are like doing things louder than they normally do. I mean, I guess I have been talking for 2.5 hours. And I guess it is 9:20. Hercules. Oh, it was Marissa Tomei. My bad. But Alyssa Milano, we're friends with Alyssa Milano on TikTok, but I forgot which one. What she was in. It's weird, but I also watched The Bride of Chucky in the mornings. That's awesome. I remember it being Marissa Tomei. I'm sure you're right. I'm positive. I'm not good with names. I don't even know why I fucking said that. But I mean, I just know that like, no, it is Alyssa Milano. Was she in that spinoff of like? There was a spinoff of Married with Children with Joey from Friends. And I feel like she was in it, but I could be completely wrong too. A little obsessed. Hell yeah. That's funny. I went to. Wait, what is that? Part was bizarre and part was good. Alyssa was on a panel. She hung around after. I got one person from. Oh, Who's the Boss and Charmed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, My Cousin Vinny was so good. It is, yeah, that movie is so good. But okay, I'm gonna try to piss off my neighbors less than I have. I don't know what Dickie Roberts is. Can you hear that? She was in My Name Is Earl. Kevin, could you add Scooby Doo on Zombie Island? Did you watch this real quick? Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. Okay. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, wait a second. Where did Mom go? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Mom is back to normal with whatever the fuck is going on. Fuck the neighbors. I mean, if I just had like I don't even know how to like make something like more of like a proof. Yeah, ASMR. I don't know how to like make it more. Well, I guess this is a bit late, but also it's not. But granted, I've been fucking yapping. Yeah, I might come on in the morning here on this. So I'll pick up on Alyssa Milano. But I'll probably be going to Mom's tomorrow. Yes. So, yo, guys, love you. This was fun. I will talk to you tomorrow for sure.